everyone, and welcome to the May 2025 Power Through Launch Training. We are so happy to have you here today. We have a lot of great products to talk about today. As a matter of fact, they range all the way from your existing products that we're doing line extensions on, from lamps to luminaires to controls. So we are going to go ahead and dive right in, which is good news. So first of all, we have the Contractor Series 5 CCT selectable family. This is an A19. It offers a lot of versatility and efficiencies as well. Now this lamp is ETL. It is also FCC, RoHS, damp location, and is of course backed by that 3-year trusted warranty. The wattage options range from 6 to 14 with corresponding lumen outputs that cater to various lighting needs, all the way from 450 watts up to 1500 lumens, and up to an amazing and impressive, for a lamp at least, 110 lumens per watt. Now, it's also kind of important to note the impressive rated life of up to 11,000 hours, which is about 10 years of regular use, which is a long time, okay? This does truly ensure longevity. It is also about reduced maintenance costs. Please note, these are approved also to be used in an enclosed fixture, but are not recommended to be used in a vapor-tight luminaire. And if you do use them in a vapor-tight luminaire, there could be a significant impact on life. Now, these do have a polycarbonate housing with the CCT selector switch here on the side of the lamp. The 5cc selectable color temperatures allows for obviously customization. I have one right back here, so that customization is nice because you can simply just switch the CCT from one to the other. This does really truly make it ideal for diverse applications, including residential and also commercial applications too. Now, the versatility and adaptability of this product makes it super appealing, particularly also because of the 80+ CRI and of course the 5cc CCT selectable temperature options. And also, we can't forget that we also have to think about customization. So this is really nice because it can suit so many different environments and also can reduce inventory at the same time. Now, of course, the efficiency and longevity of these LED lamps can further enhance their appeal as well. They are perfect replacement for your 60, 75, and 100 watt lamps that you may have right now. And of course, with all the changes with legislation, it's really important to think about switching those out now if you haven't already. Overall, this product line does represent a significant advancement in lighting technology, catering to both residential and commercial applications. Now, here are the NAID codes for this particular product. You can also scan the QR code for additional specifications as well. Now, before we move into some of our new luminaires, I want to talk a little bit about controls ready versus sensor ready, because some of these products we're going to be talking about here real soon. So controls ready means that the luminaire or lamp can easily accept a standalone or network lighting control solution without the need of an electrician. So anyone can do it, no wiring required. Currently, LEDVANCE has a number of controls ready products, including high bays, strips, wraps, area lights, wall packs, and our newest, which you're going to hear about today, the square and round garage canopy. And again, just to drive that home, controls ready means that a lamp or a luminaire can easily accept a standalone or a network lighting control solution. Controls ready is different from sensor ready. Sensor ready means that the luminaire can easily accept a standalone sensor without the need for any wiring or electrician. Easy plug and play, similar to the other one, except for sensor ready luminaires can easily accept only standalone sensors, but not network lighting control sensors. Also, what I wanted to talk about a little bit more too is, what do I mean by easily add? So a control solution that can be easily added basically means that there's no need to have electrician, there's no wiring, it's just a simple basic plug and play. Anybody can do it. So LEDVANCE offers a couple of different ways that you can install your controls to a luminaire or lamp. As a matter of fact, we have a total of 4 offerings. We have the screw-in design that many of you are familiar with. We've had this out for quite a while now. It simply screws into the existing receptacle. We also have, of course, the twist lock design. Pretty much speaks for itself. This is available on our network lighting control solution for outdoor. We also have a push-in design, which is for this sensor right here. This is designed for our products currently that have the link embedded into the fixture itself or the luminaire itself. And then we have a brand new one coming out, which is a snap-in design. And I'll show you a little bit more about that in just a second. All right, so let's talk about each one of these a little bit further. So the simple screw-in design, great for either standalone or network lighting controls. They're available in both. Keep in mind, some luminaires may require an adapter or perhaps a bracket, which aids in sensor positioning and also ensures optimal sensor coverage as well. We also have the behind the lens option, which is available on a handful of our products. That looks like this one right here. All right. And this is great for standalone microwave. This easily gets added to a luminaire by easy plug and play, just using a wire harness that's typically included in the luminaire. We also have that push-in design. Again, as I mentioned, this is available on 3 luminaire families that have our link fixture controller built into the driver. These are also known as luminaire level light control. So typically you can also potentially get greater rebates as well. And then another quick and easy installation is that twist lock method. This allows the advanced link to be added to some of our outdoor luminaires. And of course, the traditional NEMA photo cell is also a twist lock design that many of you are already familiar with. And that, of course, is available on a lot of outdoor products, not just ours, but a lot of other manufacturers as well. Then, as I mentioned, we have the most recent installation, which is the snap-in design. It simply snaps in, and it's for standalone basic sensors. It is a PIR sensor, and this particular sensor is brand new. So we are going to go ahead and talk a little bit more about it. So as I mentioned, this is a new snap-in sensor. It installs using a classic 3.5 millimeter audio jack. It does allow for that quick and easy installation without any wiring. The sensor does utilize 0 to 10 volt dimming, and it does also use passive infrared sensor technology, which is used widely in a lot of different applications. This sensor typically will get motion or sense motion by using the principle of detecting heat energy, which is also known as infrared, which is naturally emitted by warm objects such as humans and also animals. Please don't be confused. I realize that this NAID code does have it listed as a high bay PIR sensor 3.5 pin. And again, this is for NAID code 66593. But it is not suitable for high bay applications. It is only recommended to be used for mounting heights up to 4 meters or approximately 13 feet. So despite the name in the description, it functions more properly and appropriately as a PIR sensor for standard ceiling heights of between around 8 to 12 feet. And of course, when the sensitivity on this thing is set to 100%, it does provide about a 13-foot radius for coverage as well. That's if the sensitivity is set at 100%. Now, the sensor does support both daylight harvesting and ambient threshold. Customers can choose either function using the remote control, which is sold separately. So if you want to change that, this is what the controller here looks like. By default, both of the functions are disabled. So both the daylight harvesting and the ambient threshold by default, they are both disabled when you purchase this. Now, speaking of defaults, the sensitivity is set to 100% by default. The hold time is set to 5 seconds. And the standby time is set to 0 seconds. So this basically means that out of the box, this works like this. When a motion when the motion is detected, the luminaire turns on for 5 seconds, then dims to off. Then the standby dim level of 10% is ignored because the standby time is currently set to 0. Now, after a little bit of additional digging into this, we realize that that may not be the best default setting. So before there's any messages about, hey, how come you chose that? Be patient with us. We are working on updating the default settings to be a little bit better for most environments. But keep in mind, we are very, very happy to program this at our warehouse where we do our made to order. We can certainly use the made to order program and simply program this for you so that it's ready for you and it meets the requirements of that specific project too. So keep that in mind. Also, it's worth noting the sensor will need to be attached to the luminaire, each luminaire. So in other words, this sensor cannot control multiple luminaires, and the sensor is a standalone sensor. So it's going to have that popcorn effect. So personally, in my opinion, I would recommend that you use this in perhaps maybe smaller offices or maybe smaller storage rooms. If you put something like this into a large open area, cubicle area, you may have a lot of lights and luminaires coming on and off at different times. That's kind of the nature of a standalone type of system. Now, this sensor is currently compatible with a snap-in panel value class model, but always consult the compatibility chart because we are always working on different ones that we can get. So let me go ahead and show you a little bit as close up as I can get. This is the newest panel that I was talking to you about. This is the little plug that you remove from the Luminaire. And then, as I mentioned, you simply snap this in. You can actually hear it kind of snap in when you push it in. And that is basically what it looks like. I don't know how well you can see this. Sometimes with the lighting, it's not the easiest thing to see, but that is how that works. All right, moving on. So let's talk a little bit more about the Luminaire that it goes on. So this is our sensor ready panel. It is ETL, FCC, RoHS, DLC premium, and also TAA compliant. That's a big deal, all right? It is also, as I mentioned, sensor ready, making it super easy to install that standalone snap-in PIR sensor. The lumen output for different panel sizes is also impressive, with the 1x4 and the 2x2 models reaching up to 3,000 lumens. The 2x4 model achieves up to 3,750 lumens. These panels are designed for a wide voltage range of 120 to 277 volt and are compatible with 0 to 10 volt dimming, and also with a rated life of 50,000 hours at L70, the 5-year trusted warranty, and a temperature rating of -4 to 104 Fahrenheit. These panels are truly built for durability. They do have 3 selectable CCT options from 3,500, 4,000, or 5,000 K. And this panel is, of course, suitable for a diverse number of applications, such as offices, hospitals, schools, retail environments. And if you, as I mentioned, want to add that sensor on there, you may want to think about adding it to a smaller office or storage room or something along those lines. Okay. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the features. So as I mentioned, the sensor ready panel is a low profile panel. It is a backlit panel. So it does do a really nice job of giving you that uniform light output. The options do include a 1x4, a 2x2, and also a 2x4. The sensor ready panel is TAA compliant and also DLC premium. This is designed to reduce power consumption and also enhance performance while also being customizable with the dual selectable CCT and wattage right here on the side of the J-Box, which is also a really nice feature as well. Now, the J-Box does have a number of knockouts. There are 4 here on the back itself, and then I believe there's also one here on the side. So that's 4, 5. And then there's 2 more over here. That's 6, 7. So pretty impressive design when you look at this all together. Now, it is also made with high quality material that ensures longevity and reliability. Its versatility of use makes it suitable for both residential and commercial applications. And it's also lightweight, so it's really user-friendly when it comes to installing them. And with the sensor ready connection, that is also a really nice feature because it's hassle-free as far as installation goes. And of course, incorporating that snap-in PIR sensor is going to perhaps maybe even give you additional energy savings, or better yet, utility incentives. So if you are looking at adding a network lighting control solution, maybe you really, really want this particular luminaire, that's not a problem. If you want network lighting controls, you can simply use the LEDVANCE'S link via hardwired option. And that, of course, is sold separately. Now, when you compare the sensor ready panel with other LEDVANCE'S panels, I think it's worth noting that the 4B has a built-in microwave sensor. Always remember, microwave sensor is going to be behind the lens because microwave sensors can see through things. PIR sensors need direct line of sight. So the 4B has that built-in microwave sensor. This, of course, is different from the technology of a PIR sensor because now you have the option of what's best for my specific application. Now, the newest sensor ready panel works with the snap-in PIR standalone sensor like we talked about. Of course, for the panel with the LEDVANCE'S link embedded in the driver, we do offer the panel 5A. This panel includes the link fixture controller inside the fixture the driver, and that also meets DLC Luminaire level light control. Not only do you get all the amazing features of a network lighting control solution with the panel 5A, like grouping and zoning and being able to control it via the app, but these specific luminaires, and especially the one that you see on the screen right now, this panel, what I love about this is that you can also do circadian rhythm lighting, which represents a significant advancement in artificial illumination. And it does offer a lot of health and wellness benefits as well. So by aligning with the body's natural process, this technology can improve the sleep quality, the enhanced mood, boost just your overall feeling, and also reduce the risk of chronic conditions as well. This type of circadian rhythm is amazing for residential applications, workplaces, educational facilities, healthcare, especially commercial settings. Also, it really does showcase the versatility of this. So certainly I don't want to take anything away from our brand new panel with the snap-in sensor, but I did just want to put a little plug in that we do have that amazing panel 5A that does give you the ability to add, or already have that link already set up in it. So kind of a cool thing. All right, so something to kind of keep in mind. If you're looking for the NAID codes, you can find them right here. Just simply scan the QR code for additional specifications as well. All right, moving into the value class flush mount panel. This too has some really pretty impressive specifications. It is ULL. It is also FCC, RoHS, DLC. Additionally, it was tested and passed and also received the sanitation listed logo from ETL. Now, in case you're wondering the difference between NSF and sanitation and all that good stuff, here's the deal. The term sanitation listed typically refers to products that meet specific sanitation guidelines set by regulatory agencies or industry standards, but may not necessarily hold the true NSF certification. For this product specifically, we have sanitation listed. So while sanitation listed items are designed to be sanitary, it focuses more on material safety, ease of cleaning, or specific design features aimed to reducing contamination. So just kind of keep that in mind too. So this one does meet all of those for sanitation. Now, the one that I have here in front of me is a 1x4. We do have 2x2 models. Both of them go all the way up to 4,400, or yeah, 4,400 lumens. They both feature CCT and wattage selectability right here on the driver itself. Don't have to remove anything. It's very customizable without having to get into anything or remove anything, which is nice. Contractors like that feature. It is also wattage selectability, as I mentioned. The larger 2x4 can achieve up to 6,000 lumens. And so it is going to provide a little bit more lumens than the 1x4 and the 2x2. The rated life is 50,000 hours to L70, which ensures longevity. And of course, that is also backed by our trusted warranty. And as I mentioned, the nice thing about the wattage and CCT being here is not only is it easy for the contractor to get to, but it also aids in customization at the project or on the job site, and also inventory reduction. Keep in mind the 120 and 347 volt, the 0 to 10 volt dimming, and the white finish does truly make this product really great for offices and educational facilities, as well as hospitality applications as well. So a little bit more on the features. The value class flush mount panel is sort of this modern looking backlit panel that is designed to have this low profile design. It is just 1.4 inches deep, all right, and installs directly on a J box using the included mounting plate, which I have right here. And this one here, the way that the mounting plate works is you'll see these little brackets on both sides, here and there, and also on this side. And then there's sort of these clips that are here as well. So what happens is that you're going to basically slide this on like so. And then I'm not going to do this because I have to do some things to try to get it off. So, and then they're going to slide into these other brackets that are over on the other side. But that basically is how that works. So that does come with the flush mount. It can also be suspended mounted using the pendant mount kit, which is sold separately. This does come, as I mentioned, in a 1x4, 2x2, and a 2x4 option. It also features that superior construction using cold rolled steel back and aluminum frame. So I know some people may have some concerns about it bowing. it is a pretty rigid product. So I feel like it's going to do a really good job of being able to nicely fit onto a ceiling and provide the lighting that they're looking for and look really nice too. I already kind of mentioned that the CCT and the wider selectability are accessible on the driver. And there's also this 2 foot, just about 2 foot whip that is protected by a cable sleeve. And this just basically helps with wire management and shipping, and also when you go to install it. So that is the main features of the flush mount panel. Moving on, it is worth noting that our original panel 6A will be phased out and replaced with the new flush mount panel, which is wonderful upgrade due to the fact that now we have 120 to 347 volt option. The selectable wattage and CCT and the increased lumens per watt are also very amazing as well. Now, here are the NAID codes for this product, and you can also scan the QR code for additional specifications as well. All right, moving on. Next up is a line extension for the Easy Swap backlit retrofit panel. The Easy Swap, of course, features less than a 5-minute install, just one simple piece, making it ideal for retrofitting into existing 1x4, 2x2, and 2x4 fixtures. You can select the wattage and the CCT, amazing one-piece design for quick installation, and a factory installed EMBB option. It has a steel back, and of course the orange junction box notes its scale design, allowing it to be identified as a LEDVANCE product. With the CCT and the wattage selectable switches easily accessible on the junction box is also a nice feature. And we can't forget those torsion springs, as you saw in this video here. They are placed on a sliding channel. The reason we have them on a sliding channel is to accommodate various different manufacturers' luminaires that exist in the marketplace. So that is a big feature, a patented feature by us. And then, of course, we also can't forget the cables that help it hang there so you can easily make your connections as well. Having this now available in a 1x4 allows us to truly round out the product offering. And of course, here are the NAID codes for this product. You can also scan the QR code for additional specification. All right, so this is the value class OptiSelect UFO. It is UL, it is DLC premium, it is also FCC, RoHS, and is also NSF certified, as well as NEMA 4X, which is pretty impressive. It does have also an impact rating of IK 08. And just so you know, the 08 is basically on a scale from 0 to 10, 10 being the absolute best. So IK 08 is pretty impressive. It's really designed for a lot of different types of environments: production facilities, warehouse, food storage facilities. It also is controls ready. I'll show you this a little bit more, but that's where the sneaky thing lives right there. But we will get into that in the next slide. It is also OptiSelect, which is a huge feature that allows you to change your distribution from 60, 90 to 105 by just simply using a switch. There are 5 models ranging from S100 to the S300 with 3 wattage selectable options of 35, 40, 4,000 and 5,000, which is excellent because it ensures not only the right lumen output, but also the right CCT is used for specific applications as well as for different environments. It also provides the greatest amount of customization during installation. And of course, you've heard me say this a million times, inventory reduction. Lumens range from as low as 9,000 all the way up to as high as 45 and up to an impressive 150 lumens per watt. Options do include a black housing or a white housing, 120 to 347, 277 to 480, and all of them are 0 to 10 volt dimming. They are also available in 2 sizes depending upon what wattage you go with. It's either a 12.2 or a 15.4 diameter. They perform very well in temperature ranging of -40 all the way up to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. And we also have super impressive life of 100,000 hours to L70, which means at 100,000 hours, there will be 30% less light than there was on day one. That is over 11 years if continuously burned. These are amazing specifications, which really emphasizes the durability of these UFO luminaires. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the features. So the value class OptiSelect UFO has some amazing features. So first of all, it does ship with the open hook which is ideal for your quick connection, flexible installation, and also easy maintenance. The ability to quickly detach the luminaire without the need for unscrewing or disassembling components can reduce downtime. It can also help in the streamlining of the maintenance process. Installation is also made easy with not only the 6-foot power cord, but also we have now a 6-foot dimming cable cord as well. There's also an optional junction box that looks like this right here. And what this does is it provides several advantages, including enhanced safety, organized wiring, improved aesthetics, ease of maintenance, compliance with regulations, and it protects against environmental factors. And you have a lot of versatility when it comes to installation as well. This is a separate accessory. There is also a pendant mount or surface mount accessory kit available as well. And we can't forget, you can also use a refractor. You can also use a reflector as well. And we also have a lens as well as a wire guard. Now, people always tend to forget to include these optional accessories, which typically isn't a problem if the luminaire is mounted between 15 and 22 feet. But if the mounting is closer to 25 feet or above, a reflector will help push that light down. The refractor will also help remove the cave effect and is also typically used in the lower mounting height, say below 15 foot. And also the reflector, I should say, below 15 foot, usually a refractor and a lens is also included. So it's not bad to consider a reflector, a refractor, or also a refractor with a lens. Also, just worth noting, the wire guard attaches directly to the luminaire. It is not to be used with any other accessories. There's also an optional EM-BB, looks like a buoy. I always call it a buoy. This provides temporary lighting during power interruptions, which is important in many applications, especially industrial settings where machinery and equipment can pose significant risks at low visibility. So this allows that the company to, or the place to continue critical operations and minimize downtime, and also reduce the impact of power outages as well. This looks really nice once it's attached to the product too. So you can see that in the video. It also has a EMBB test remote too, so that you can test it as you're supposed to every 30 days. All right, moving on to some more amazing features. First of all, wattage selectable switches are easily accessible on the side of the driver housing right back here. And that, of course, is right underneath this. Simply unscrew and expose the switches. That's how you change it. And then also, it's worth noting again, one more time, the IP65 rating, the IK08 rating, the NSF rating, the aluminum body, the UV stabilized polycarbonate lens, all provides that durability and that robust design. In the bottom middle, right down here, we also have the ability to select your beam option. Huge feature of this product, truly a game changer in our marketplace. So with this switch, you are able to ensure that you have the right beam for whatever you're lighting up. The options are 60, 90, and 105. This allows for you to have better quality of light and directly impacts the comfort and productivity of workers. Of course, using the correct optics ensures that the lighting is not overly harsh or glaring. It also reduces eye strain and fatigue. And of course, a well-lit and comfortable environment is everything that we want to work under, right? It boosts our mood. It helps employees' morale and productivity. And overall, it does lead to really improved operations at the end of the day. Also, the correct beam angle can be selected based on mounting height, open versus an aisleway, and the same location where the switch is. For the OptiSelect feature, you will also find the switch for the CCT on the other side of it. Controls ready, of course, you've seen this a lot of times. That just means that anyone can easily install the LEDVANCE Link DLC approved network lighting control or a standalone control offering. Either one, simply screw it on, no electrician, no wiring, super simple. All of these features mean customization based on specific needs, ultimately enhancing the user experience and also operational efficiencies. One thing I will also mention is in the box with the hook, if you are going to change the, if you are going to add a sensor here, it does also come with this little guide there. So you can put this on here to kind of cover up the stuff you need to. I knew that wasn't going to work. That would be way too easy. All right. But you basically can put this on there and then that will cover up some of your stuff. And then you can twist this on. So it looks a little bit nicer. I thought that was a nice little kind of added feature as well. Okay. So that also comes in the box with the hook. All right. Moving on. Next up, what do we have? Here are the name codes for this product, and you can also scan the QR code for additional specifications if you are interested. All right, moving on to the next product. So we have, I guess I'll grab this one. All right, so this product here, and the one that I'm going to show you next, has something that's called dual beam. So before I get into either one of these two new products, I wanted to talk to you about this feature of dual beam. So what it means is that dual beam means that the Luminaire is designed with a single versatile optic that meets DLC requirements for both parking garage and canopy without the need for any switches, without the need for any lens swap. This is very much different from the Opti Select feature. So what happens is that the optics are carefully engineered to ensure compliance with both applications, garage and canopy, by delivering the appropriate amount of light across the angular zones. So for a canopy application, this specific zone requires greater than 40% of total lumens between 0 and 40 degrees, and greater than 40% between 40 and 70 degrees. That's for canopies. For parking garage applications, DLC requires greater than 30% between 60 and 80 degrees and less than 25% between 70 and 80 degrees to limit glare. So both the round and the square garage/canopy luminaire meets these certain sets of criteria with just one single optics, which balances light output across these ranges. It definitely ensures optimal illumination, visibility, and compliance with whatever setting, whether it's garage or canopy. Additionally, the Luminaire includes a small amount of uplight too, which helps to also reduce the kind of the cave effect. A common issue that we usually see in parking structures and canopies where there's excessive downlight, that kind of creates that harsh enclosed feeling. So having a little bit of uplight softens the space by providing kind of a gentle ceiling illumination while still enhancing the overall comfort. It also creates a more inviting atmosphere without compromising energy efficiency or DLC concerns either. Being able to meet DLC is amazing for both of these. All right, so let's talk a little bit first about the newest one. Of course, I grabbed the wrong one. The newest one here is the round one that we have up first. So this is the 12-inch round luminaire. It is suitable for, as I mentioned, garage and canopy applications. That's right, one luminaire that can be both applications. Again, we refer to this as dual beam. This is UL FCC RoHS DLC Premium IP65 and wet location rated. It is also controls ready and can easily accept LEDVANCE'S link or other standalone control options. Plus, the scale design easily identifies the product as a LEDVANCE product as well. Okay, now the round garage canopy has 3 packages. You've got the S025, S050, and the S100, each offering 3 wattage options, choosing from 15 watt to 100 watt with lumens as low as 2400, and then they go all the way up to 16,000 lumens, and they have a super impressive 160 lumens per watt, which is really nice. Now the 3 selectable CCTs are 3,000, 4,000, or 5,000. Additionally, this does have a 5-year warranty, 6 kV of surge protection, which overall enhances the performance. Rated life of 100,000 hours at L70 doesn't only ensure longevity, but also aids in reducing maintenance costs too. Now, the temperature rating is -40 to 122 degrees Fahrenheit as far as operating ambient temperature goes, should say ambient temperature goes. which also does also ensure that it can perform in some extreme conditions, making it really versatile for a lot of different various environments. These electrical specifications, I really do think, confirm the efficiency and reliability of this product as a whole. Now, additional features do include an integrated photocell that can be disabled via on-off switch. I would imagine you will be most likely to use the photocell in more of a canopy application than perhaps a parking garage application due to where it's located at. It also has an optional EMBB offered through our made-to-order program. The dual beam, just to kind of drive this home one more time, means that the product can be suitable for both canopy or garage applications, which also means less inventory to stock. And the impressive heat sink right here plays a vital role in managing the thermal output of this product too, preventing overheating and also maintaining the overall lifespan while also maintaining the optimal light output that we also need. Now, to simply add a standalone or network lighting control solution is easy via the screw-in receptacle. This can be done when installing the Luminaire or at a later date. It can also aid in greater utility rebates and also incentives. The embedded uplight features also the light distribution that can give you more of an appealing look too. So in case you're wondering, it ships with, I'm gonna get a little close here. It ships with this cover right here, okay? It's pretty tough, all right? In order to expose the inside of this to put your sensor on, you really have to push hard. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to do this on screen, but there you go. So you have to push hard, it breaks in there, all right? And then this center piece comes out, all right? So once you have that out, I'm gonna probably have to have a screwdriver to get that out. But once you have that out, then it will expose something that looks like this. And then you see your typical screw-in receptacle, just like you're used to seeing. So something to kind of keep in mind how that works. So in case you're wondering, why does it come with this little LEDVANCE thing? You can keep it on there if you want. Otherwise, if you decide you want to add controls, you are going to have to kind of pop that out to make that happen. Okay. We are going to be phasing out our existing garage round Luminaire for this new garage canopy / garage round garage canopy, which is certainly an upgrade from our existing product. Everything from greater options of 120 to 347 volt to the increased lumens per watt of 160, as well as the various controls offering. You can't beat it. It's a great product. These are the NAIC codes, in case you're wondering. You can also scan the QR code for additional specifications. And then, of course, very much like the round canopy garage, we also have, I'm going to call it this cute little square canopy garage. It is UL, FCC, RoHS, DLC Premium, IP65, wet location. It also features the dual beam and also is controls ready. It also offers the scale design, which aids in easily identifying it as a LEDVANCE product. There is an impressive 4 wattage packages to choose from, ranging from the S030 all the way up to the S100, each offering 3 selectable wattages. Lumens do range as low as 2,250 all the way up to 15,000 lumens and an impressive 150 lumens per watt. Additionally, the CCT selectability of 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 K and the 120 to 347 volt makes it super customizable during installation. Plus, there's 2 sizes, this 8x8, and then there's also a 10x10, and also 2 color options, either the white that I have here or the bronze. So that's what they both look like, okay? The other thing, it has that impressive rated life of 100,000 hours. It's also backed by the trusted warranty program, which supports LEDVANCE'S commitment to quality and performance in any and all of our lighting solutions. Now, the -40 to 122 degrees Fahrenheit ambient temperature rating is also nice. The optional photocell, the optional EMBB makes for versatile applications and also is great for a lot of different diverse environments, from parking garages to walkways to public transportation stations as well. Additional features, very much like the other one I showed you, it has that photocell that can be disabled via on-off switch. It also has the optional EMBB offered through our made-to-order program. You can choose from that white or black housing. Just know that's only available on the square. The round one's only available in white. They do have that dual beam, which is great. The heat sink is great because it also provides that thermal management that we look for, and being able to add a network or a standalone network lighting or standalone control solution is also really amazing as well. So you've got some really great products all in one product for this particular either square or round garage or canopy. Like the round garage canopy, we will be phasing out our existing square garage luminaire for the new square garage canopy, which is certainly an upgrade to our existing product from the increased lumens per watt of 125 to now 150 to the multiple control offerings, and of course that dual beam feature too, which is super impressive as well. As we continue with our power through launch for May, we are now going to dig into some troffers. We're going to look at some drivers. We're going to look at wall packs, and we're also going to look at a linear high bay and a temporary work light. So this is our new volumetric 5B. This is a replacement for the volumetric 5A. As we compare these side by side, you're going to notice there's not a lot of changes from a specification standpoint. As a matter of fact, they're nearly identical. We still have 4 wattage packages to choose from, each featuring 3 selectable wattages. They're still 120 to 277 volt, 0 to 10 volt dimming, 3 fixed CCTs of 35, 4,000, and 5,000 K. They are both available in a 1x4, a 2x2, and a 2x4. Lumens on the 1x4 and the 2x2 range from 2,500 to 3,750. There are 2 options for the 2x4, either the lower wattage options, which is 25, 30, and 35, or the 34, 38, and 45, with lumens ranging from either 3,125 to 4,375, or of course on those higher wattages, you've got the 4,250 to 5,625. Now the lumens per watt are still 125 lumens per watt. These are backed by a 5-year trusted warranty. They are also DLC listed. Now the new 5B is now ETL sanitation listed, which means they are specifically designed to reduce contamination. Other differences between the 5A and the 5B is that the new 5B is a LEDVANCE'S product. It is a branded LEDVANCE'S product. It also features about 30% reduction in overall weight than the 5A. This allows for the 5B to have a much more sleek design that is simpler to install due to the reduction in overall weight. Additionally, the 5B now comes shipped with 2 per pack versus just 1. They are not individually packed in each pack. They are basically separated by some cardboard, but either way, they do come in a 2-pack. You're going to notice the one I'm holding on to, I don't have the lens on it. So in case you're wondering, is that what it looks like? I just have the lens off. So it does come with a lens though. All right, so let's dig into this a little bit more, talk a little bit more about the features. It does have sort of an advanced construction, and that basically allows for versatility too. You also have the options for the various sizes we talked about. There are also some made-to-order configuration. All this does is cater to diverse installation needs. Now, this troffer is compatible with standard T-grid ceilings, and it is also wattage selectable, which is also nice. And those selector switches are right on the outside back of the luminaire, making it super easy to access. It does, as I mentioned, have a polycarbonate matte lens, galvanized steel housing, so they're very robust. There are some MTO options like an EMBB and also a Lutron sensor. But of course, if you're ever looking at wanting to add some other thing to this product, just let us know. We can most likely do it through our MTO program. Here are the NAID codes for this product. You can also scan the QR code for additional specifications. Moving on, we have the retrofit door housing kit 5B, which is replacing the 5A. And yes, great news. This one does match the volumetric 5B for new construction that I just got done talking about. What's great about the retrofit is that you have it to add to both new construction and remodel. So what I mean by that is maybe you have a school or a hospital that's doing a remodel, as well as maybe adding onto their building completely new construction. If you want to do the retrofit in one area, the new construction volumetric in the other area, you can do it and they'll match perfectly. Now, as a quick refresher, retrofit kits are designed for that user-friendly installation. They come with that prefabricated parts, enabling a really super quick and straightforward setup. This makes installation quicker and certainly an ideal choice for many applications where you don't want to disrupt the ceiling cavity really good for healthcare facilities. It also reduces expenses associated with labor, materials, installation, and overall a retrofit door housing kit is a really quick and easy, fast installation. Now, as we compare these side by side, the traditional retrofit 5A to the brand new retrofit 5B, you're going to notice we still have the 4 packages to choose from. Each feature the 3 selectable wattages. It is 120 to 277, 0 to 10 volt dimming. You do have that fixed CCT of 35, 4,000, and 5,000. Both are available in a 1x4, a 2x2, and a 2x4. And the lumens are pretty much the same as the new construction. Lumens per watt are about 125 lumens per watt. They are backed by a 5-year trusted warranty. They are also DLC listed. Of course, the 5B now features that ETL sanitation listing, which means they are specifically designed to reduce contamination. Other differences between the 5A and 5B is that the new 5B is a LEDVANCE branded product. Additionally, depending upon which size, there's also a reduction in overall weight between about 25 to 35%. Of course, that allows it to be a much more sleeker design and simpler installation due to the reduction in overall weight. And of course, the new 5B also ships as a 2-pack, just like the brand new one for new construction. What's the benefits of shipping 2 luminaires in the same box? Well, I'll tell you. One, it reduces packaging waste. It also is fewer materials that you need to have to worry about receiving on the job site. Second of all, it also minimizes shipping costs, obviously, and it's all about sustainability. So it has some really good features with the 2 per package. Now, some other features of this retrofit door housing kit, the 5B, it does have this polycarbonate matte lens and also galvanized steel housing. When it comes to installation, there are these safety cables which help secure the retrofit into the existing fixture while you do the wiring connections. It has 3-piece design, so 3 pieces. Some older technologies have 5. This one has a 3-piece design. And it also has the door housing itself. The kit is this plus 2 brackets. Now, typical installation time is around 5 minutes. The driver is also easily accessible along the back, which also has the wattage selectable right on the side of it too. So this is just a simple, easy access. Now, they do have the made to order options with the EMBB or the Lutron sensor. But as I mentioned earlier, you can certainly do any kind of MTO. Just let us know what you're thinking and we can certainly try it. Here are the NAID codes for this product. You can also scan the QR code for additional specifications. All right, up next is the Value Class Opti Select Linear High Bay. So this one is UL certified, DLC Premium, FCC, RoHS, IP20. It has an impact rating of IK9 and is backed by a 5-year trusted warranty. It is an ideal choice for large lighting interior areas. It is also controls ready, and the biggest feature is that it's also Opti Select, which allows you to select from 3 distributions, 90 by 90, 45 by 100, and 65 by 95. You do this by simply just flipping a switch. The other thing that I haven't noted on here is that I just saw this. It is also scale design. So you can easily identify LEDVANCE on the back of the product, which is also another key feature. Now, there are 4 models with this product. They range from the S165 to the S400 with 3 wattage selectable options and 3 CCT selectable options of 35, 4,000, and 5,000, which is excellent as it aids in ensuring the right lumen output and CCT is used for that specific application, as well as different environments. And it provides the greatest amount of customization during installation and, of course, inventory reduction. Lumens range from as low as 15,750 to as high as 60,000, and it has an impressive 160 lumens per watt. These are available in 120 to 347 and 277 to 480 volt, and all of them come with 0 to 10 volt dimming. There are also 3 sizes depending upon which wattage. It just depends. You've got about an 18 by 12, a 23 by say 13, it's actually a little less than 13, a 25 and a half-ish by about 15 and a half-ish. And all of them are about 2 inches deep. So I'll give you a shot at what that looks like, okay? They perform well in temperature ratings from a -40 to 120 F and have a super impressive rated life of 100,000 hours, and that's L70, which means at 100,000 hours, there will be 30% less light than there was on day one. That's over 11 years if continuously burned. They also have a built-in 6 kV of surge protection. This not only protects the Luminaire from potential damage, but it also supports long-term performance and compliance with electrical standards as well. So let's talk a little bit more about the features of this OptiSelect linear high bay. So features are ease of installation and versatility in summary, right? So this one does ship with the V hooks and 3-foot mounting chain. I'll go ahead and give you an idea of what that looks like. So there's the chain, and these of course are the hooks, okay? That mounts directly to the back here. There's little holes that it goes directly in, makes it super easy. That's included. There's also the optional surface mount brackets, pendant mount kit, 5 and 10-foot aircraft cable kits, and wire guards available as accessories. With the OptiSelect feature, there are 3 selectable beam angles to choose from. You have 90 by 90, 45 by 100, 65 by 90. And of course, this feature allows for better quality of light. It directly impacts the comfort and productivity of workers. This allows for the appropriate beam angle to be chosen based on the location. And so that way you can say, hey, are you lighting up a big general area, or maybe you're lighting up more of a warehouse aisleway? This is a win-win for everyone because it means less SKUs to stock, greater customization on the job site, and overall better quality lighting. So to switch, you simply select the beam you want using the switches on the back. And then of course, also on the back of the Luminaire, there are also the wattage selectability and the CCT selectable switches. This product is also extremely durable. It has a white power-coated finish and a UV stabilized polycarbonate lens, which protects the LED board, and it provides that robust, durable design. Plus, you're going to notice there's no sharp edges either. This product is controls ready, which means you can easily add a standalone or network lighting control solution at any time by simply unscrewing this port right here and screwing in your control solution. No wiring, no electrician required. And of course, we can't forget to mention made to order options. This includes an EMBB, cords, plugs, and probably a bunch of other things, but those are the main ones that people want on this product. So just look us up if there's something else that you want added. We'll do our best to accommodate that. And as a side note, you can use the EMBB with the chains or also with the surface mount brackets, but you cannot use the EMBB on a pendant. If this is not the pendant, but if you were to mount it pendant wise, that driver, that EMBB has to go right along the top. And of course that pendant would be in the way. So you're going to have to choose either the surface mount brackets or go with the chains. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about the value class OptiSelect linear high bay when it comes to optics. So each of these distributions, the 90 by 90, the 100 by 45, and the 65 by 90, is designed to push the light where it needs to go. You're going to notice the 90 by 90 is basically a circle. The 100 by 45 is going to give you more of an oblong kind of coverage and light coverage. And the 65 by 95 is more like an egg-shaped coverage. Each one kind of has its own specific application. You can probably imagine the 100 by 45 might be really suitable potentially for narrow aisleways. And so that's how you determine which distribution you need for the application that you have. Here, of course, are the NAID codes for this product. You can also scan the QR code for additional specifications. So next up is the OptiSelect non-cutoff wall pack. I'm going to go ahead and grab it here. This is UL FCC Rojas DLC Premium IP65 wet location backed by a 5-year warranty. Now these are great for various applications from industrial facilities to public spaces. There are also controls ready, which is an amazing feature because you can easily add a network lighting control or a standalone control to this. It also features OptiSelect, allowing you to choose from narrow, medium, and wide distribution by just simply using a switch. No need to do a lens swap or open up the Luminaire. It also features scale design, which makes it easily recognizable as a LEDVANCE product, which is right here on the very bottom, kind of forward facing. Now, there are 4 packages to choose from, each providing 3 selectable wattages. Lumens range from as low as 3,720 all the way up to 18,000, and the lumens per watt reach up to 150. These are available in 120, 347, 0 to 10 volt, 3 selectable CCTs of 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000. They do come in bronze with a photocell, which can be disabled in the field. You always know it's the photocell because it's going to be clear. You can also add an EMBB, and that's available by MTO only, made to order. Now, there are 2 sizes. There's this little one as well as this larger one that I have showing back here. Just depends on the lumen output. And they also have a rated life of 100,000 hours at L70. They also come with a 6 kV of surge protection, except for the littler guy. The 40-watt version comes with a 4 kV of surge protection. Now, the key features of the OptiSelect wall pack is the integrated photocell, which can be turned off simply using a switch. Speaking of the switches, all you need to do is open up the Luminaire, and you'll see this white plate kind of in the upper left-hand corner, okay? That white plate has all the switches you need: wattage, beam angle or beam throw, photocell on-off for the photocell, and then also CCT selectability. All of these provide flexibility for different locations and allows for easy customization. Installation is also made easy with the internal bubble level, which is located right here where my finger is, okay, right about there. That makes it so you make sure you have it level. There is also a nice little hinge door housing, which allows for a more graceful and simpler installation, because you can mount the back plate and then simply attach this like so, and it can hang there as you're making your electrical connections. These are available in bronze housing and also feature a glass lens. At this time, there is no wire guard, but if you feel like you need the wire guard option, certainly reach out to your product manager or your LEDVANCE person, and they will be happy to look into a guard for you. Otherwise, this is a glass lens. There is also an EMBB option available through our made-to-order program. It's also controls ready. Of course, that uses that screw-in design, easily add a standalone or a network lighting control solution. And you'll probably want to also add the L-shaped bracket so that that sensor can be positioned where you need it to go, and it will also allow for it not to hit the wall when you install it. Some other things I just wanted to mention, I shouldn't have put this down quite yet, but there are some other additional knockouts that allows you to move things around. So this one here is the controls ready outlet or knockout. This one here is just a basic knockout. So you've got one on that side. And then over here on the other side, you have another blank knockout along with the photocell. And by the way, that photocell, you can move it to a different knockout if you want to, in case it's being blocked by a tree or something. And then there's also one more blank knockout, which is on the bottom of the Luminaire too. So a lot of customization as far as trying to mount it. So let's talk a little bit more about the OptiSelect feature when it comes to these wall packs. First of all, you have 3 light distribution patterns for different applications, again, without the need of removing the lens or doing a lens swap. The detailed information about the mounting height and coverage area really aids in planning installations, ensuring optimal light solutions for specific applications. Each of these distributions, narrow, medium, and wide, are designed to push the light where it needs to be. So if you look at this, it works, the way that this works is that there are LED boards inside the Luminaire. There are vertical and there are horizontal LED boards. With the switch, when you move the switch, one switch will light up either the vertical or the horizontal, and then the other one will only light up the horizontal, and then another switch click will light up both of them, just depending upon what distribution you're going for. So you can see clearly here that a narrow distribution throws less light forward, while a wide distribution throws more light forward. Okay, so less light on the narrow, more light on the wide. This product does ship at the medium distribution setting, by the way. And of course, here are the main NAID codes for this product. You can scan the QR code for additional specifications as well. So next up is the OptiSelect Cutoff Wall Pack. This one features UL FCC RoHS DLC Premium IP65 wet location backed by a 5-year trusted warranty. It also has this nice smooth flat finish, so it's easy to clean. Some of the other ones used to have these grooves in there for the heat sink. We don't need it on this product. It makes it for a really nice kind of pretty look to it. All right, pretty simple look. Now, these are great for various applications, from building parameters to parks and public areas. These are also controls ready. They also feature OptiSelect, allowing you to choose from a type 2, a type 3, or a type 4 distribution. Again, just using a simple switch. They also feature the scalable design, which is noted right here with LEDVANCE imprinted into the lens. There are 3 wattage packages, each providing 3 selectable wattages. Lumens range from as low as 3,750 to as high as 15,000 lumens per watt, reaching up to 150 lumens per watt, which is pretty cool. So 3,750 lumens all the way up to 15,000 and up to 150 lumens per watt. These are available in 120 to 347, 0 to 10 volt dimming, 3 selectable CCTs. They also come in bronze, black, or white. The photo cell is also included, and it can be disabled in the field. You can also order this with an EMB as well. Now, there are 2 sizes to this. It just depends on the lumen output. And they also have a rated life of 100,000 hours at L70. They also come with a 6 kV surge protection, except for the 40 watt, that comes with 4 kV of surge protection. Now, the OptiSelect cutoff wall pack, the full cutoff wall pack, provides different light patterns for different mounting configurations. Mounting height and coverage area aids in planning and installations, like I mentioned earlier. Each distribution, type 2, type 3, type 4, can be achieved with just a simple flip of a switch. No need to open up the Luminaire or do any of that. Other key features with the OptiSelect full cutoff wall pack is the integrated photo cell. That is, of course, noted right here with the clear. All right, and this can be turned off using a switch. Speaking of switches, all the switches are easily accessible behind the side, and it offers your wattage, your CCT, the ability to turn on or off your photo cell, and CCT selectability. This truly does provide the most flexibility in multiple installations, allowing for really great customization. There's also an EMBB option available through our made to order program, and it is also controls ready, which means that you can easily add a standalone or a network lighting control solution. Just be sure you include the bracket if you're doing so, and that way you can aim it and make sure that it doesn't hit the wall either. So you've got your photo cell, your screw-in controls ready outlet, and then over here on the side, this is where you're going to be able to change your CCT and your wattage, your distribution, and the other settings for the switches. These are all your switch settings right here on the side that I talked about earlier. There is also the EMBB available through our made to order, like I mentioned. This does come in the black, the bronze, the white housing. It features the UV stabilized polycarbonate lens, as well as an internal bubble level, which helps aid in not having to have extra tools when you go to mount it. So, and you can see the back plate is there as well. Now, just to talk a little bit more about these distributions, there are those 3 distributions, type 2, type 3, type 4. Type 2 is really distributed to push the light where it needs to go as far as narrow coverage goes. So if you've got a narrow area, the type 2 is going to be really good. Type 3 is going to be giving you a little bit broader range than a type 2. It's going to be very balanced. So it's going to basically have a pattern that extends outward to about 0.75 times the mounting height. Type 4 distribution, often referred to as forward throw lighting, is designed for areas where the light needs to be projected further out from the luminaire. And that certainly is another option. So you just need to pick what you need. based on the application that you have. Here are the NAID codes for this product. You can see here that you can scan the QR code if you'd like to as well. Also, for this product specifically, stay tuned for a line extension this fall, which will include a tunable warm spectrum. All right, next up is the Performance Work Light. The Performance Work Light is the next generation work light. These are ETL, FCC, RoHS. They are also TAA. They are backed by a 5-year trusted warranty. They are designed specifically for construction sites, warehouses, factories, work sites where durability and brightness is critical. For the 66496 and the 66497, both of these models offer a 120 volt straight plug, just like so. All right. The key difference between the two, the 66496 and the 66497, is that the 66496 delivers 13,000 lumens at 100 watts, while the 66497 delivers 15,000 lumens, also at 100 watts, which is our HE version. Now, of course, we also have the 66498. This is the brightest option if you're still looking for that 120 volt straight plug. This steps it up to 150 watts, producing 19,500 lumens. The 66499, this is the universal voltage model. This one is a little bit different. This model keeps the 100 watts, that doesn't change, and it also keeps the 13,000 lumens, but it does come with the universal input cord supporting 120 or 277 volts. That means it's absolutely perfect for jobs, sites with the flexibility of being able to choose 120 or 277. Keep in mind the 66499 is the only model that is not designed for linkability. So only the 66496, the 66497, and the 66498 you can link. The 66499 you cannot link. Now, all 4 options are above 80 CRI, single CCT of 5000 K. They come with that integral 35-foot cord, 4 kV built-in surge protection, 5-year warranty, FCC, RoHS, TAA compliant, and they are also part of the NLB trusted warranty that comes in at 5 years. So all the new work lights have a built-in foldable hook, which you'll see here. This allows them to hang them from pipes, scaffolding, beams, or other overhead structures. And then it can easily fold away when not in use to keep it very compact and easy to transport. It also offers the flexibility in placement without needing to have extra hardware or stands or anything like that. The maximum pipe diameter that this can pass through is 3¼ So you can easily connect multiple units together. This is perfect for extending light across a full work zone without needing to separate power drops for models, of course, that support linkage. And that was all of them except for that last one I talked about. So the 66496 and the 66497, you can link up to 8 units. Of course, the brightest wattage, the one that goes up to 150 watts, that one draws more power, so you can only link up to 6 units on that. It has excellent cooling performance. It's optimized heat sink. It's designed to ensure cooler operation, longer lifespan, and reliable performance, even in demanding environments. They're easy to install, simple plug and play functionality with that 35-foot plug. And then also it gives you 100 or 360 degree of illumination. So not all the way around the sides, but also on the bottom too. So it can really do a good job of eliminating any dark spots. And just in case you're wondering, this second generation is slightly smaller than the first generation. And here are the NAID codes. This product, you can certainly scan the QR code for additional specifications if you're interested. All right, last up is the line extension to our Taptronic product family. So Taptronic is all about tapping your smartphone to the Taptronic driver and easily adjusting the current, dim percentage, dim to off, and many other driver options via free app, which is also multilingual. It uses NFC technology, which stands for near field communication, and it's an easy way to consolidate in-house service truck inventory. When programming the driver, no power is required to the driver, making it super contractor friendly and providing job site flexibility too. Now, the Taptronic driver has a new 2-channel linear driver, which is ideal for luminaires that have CCT selectability. This allows you to connect 2 sets of LED boards, which allows for the ability to adjust your CCT using the Taptronic app. Using just a 1-channel does not allow you to the ability to set your CCTs via the app. So to further explain this, around 2020-ish, many luminaires started to come out with this feature of CCT selectability. This is accomplished basically by using 2 LED boards. One LED board would have maybe a color temperature or CCT of 3000K. The other one would have, say, 6000K. All CCTs between 3000 and 6000 can be configured. It all depends on the amount of current applied to each board. Therefore, the main application scenarios of this 2-channel is that, one, it can replace the original driver with the 2 outputs. That is very common in selectable type luminaires. Also, customers who want to customize different color temperatures or CCTs can achieve this and get their goals how they want them with just 1 driver. And also think about this, the price of a driver, a 2-channel driver output, is way lower than having to buy 2 drivers with single channels to accomplish the same thing. So our 2-channel driver is the first in our portfolio ever. This product has all the amazing features of Taptronic, including the NFC tap area, which is located on the side of the driver. Actually right here. Okay, maybe can't see that exactly perfect, but it's not bad. As explained previously, with the 2-channel driver, they are independent channels. So outputs are independent of each other, one another, and then you can set your current to each channel. This does make wiring of this project a little bit different from a 1-channel driver because there will be 2 outputs on the wiring diagram. It also has a factory default details directly printed on the label for easy reference. Now, these are available in 120 to 347 volt. It also allows you to select aux, allowing the installer to choose from 12, 20, or 24 volt. The app allows you to change it. The default is 12 volt aux, but if you need to change it to 24 or to 20, you can do that easily enough. And that comes into play when you start adding controls. So in other words, if you were to add, say, our link network lighting controls, and you did a hardwired link scenario, if you wanted to get power to the sensor, you could just tap directly into the driver that's in that luminaire and power up that sensor. Now, this housing also meets linear industry standards for Class P. In case you're not familiar with Class P is, it's basically just an industry standard for ballast and drivers to ensure that the driver will reduce in output if there's any concern about thermal issues. So it's equipped with a thermal protection mechanism that allows it to say, whoa, I'm getting too hot, I'm gonna back off a little bit, or potentially just shut down entirely. So these drivers come with that thermal protection disabled by default. If feature is required, make sure you connect the NTC thermistor, I guess it's called thermistor, as instructed, all right? But either way, it makes it a perfect opportunity for replacement project business. Now, speaking of Taptronic, something else I wanted to talk about is we have a line extension as well. We have a line extension for our new 3 linear models, the 30, the 50, and the 85 watt UNH, which operates at 120 to 347. We have also introduced 2 new models for the outdoor category, which is this guy, and that's 100 and 180. That's the HUV, and this operates at 347 to 480. The new linear UNH dims to 1%, while the HUV outdoor dims to 10%. Makes sense. You're probably not going to dim any further than that in an outdoor application. Both feature the dim to off capability. Each model has its own current setting range associated with it. These details can be found on the product spec sheet, of course. The exciting part is that these items will also help the Canadian marketplace more effectively, addressing a much needed request from the field. Now, unique to the new linear model, you will find that this new generation has all the features and benefits that the rest of the family has, including the selectable aux port, which gives you options for 12, 20, and 24 volts. All other have a fixed 12 volt aux port, remember. These here have your selectability. Now, these are UL FCC RoHS. backed by a trusted 5-year warranty. The G1 linear models meet TAA compliance. All models in the Taptronic family can be programmed, of course, using that free multilingual Taptronic app. No power to the driver required when you're programming it. Both the compact that we've had for a while and the linear models are all rated for dry and damp locations with an IP rating of 20, while the outdoor models are rated for damp and those have an IP66 rating. So I want to take just a second to talk about this one just a little bit more. So a significant difference between the first generation and this new 120 to 347 volt linear is that it has wired traps versus being pre-wired, making it a little easier for handling and installation. There is still the NFC, the near field communication interface for convenient connectivity, located right next to the wired traps, clearly identified in orange. The linear 85 watt, which is the model 75898, provides 6 kV, allowing for capability of being also a replacement for linear high bay applications. The housing is slightly longer than the Generation 1, but the new model is slimmer in overall height, making it still a perfect replacement for Class P products. So when you couple this with their Taptronic design, is perfect replacement for a lot of opportunities. These new linear models are also an improvement from the Generation 1 models because it offers you all the customized features and that the rest of the Taptronic family has. But remember, G1 does not have that end of life, the constant lumen, or the thermal protection features like this one does. So big selling features there. Here are the NAID codes for the 2-channel driver, as well as the line extension for the linear outdoor product. You can also scan the QR code for additional specifications. So if you did not get a chance to watch part 1, or you paused this for some reason, because we ended up combining part 1 and part 2. So in case you're wondering why, oh, she changed her clothes. We actually had a part 1 and a part 2 of the May launch. So if you are looking to test your knowledge, we have divided this into 2 different ones. Certainly be sure to scan the QR code on the left and the right to take the survey, get your quiz or take your quiz, and also obtain your certificates of completion. I want to thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this Level Up Power Through Launch training hosted by LEDVANCE. Thank you.